you're getting very wealthy and you like this video, you want to subscribe to this channel because you like it.
Ooh la la.
Good afternoon, everyone. Captain Lane speaking, and wishing you a safe travels to your crypto destination. For those of you traveling with mice, please securely position your cursor over the like button below and right-click with your favorite finger. For those with touchscreen devices, we ask that you gently press the
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Oh, best friend. That's my best friend.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like it burns. So give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be that another day.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Sorries won't be enough this time. Yeah, he's calling all his friends to get some action and distract him right now. He's fine. Got Lucy on the line, let's get this started. Where's the party tonight? I feel good, nothing weighs me down. I can't believe my luck right now. Red eyes while he sighed. Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart. It needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Ooh, who needs a job to pay the rent? He's busy. Gotta feel free sometimes, right? What doesn't make you will only make you stronger if you believe what they say. Might be that another day she would have wished to stay, but they're done. Red eyes while he sighed. Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart. It needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? don't got a future like that. It hurts, so giving something worse to pass the time. Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart. It needs a little kickstart. Don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this. I can get you through this, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad.
Welcome to stream. It's time to get started. It is 10:01. Going just an hour earlier this Sunday evening. And we'll resume the regular time, 11 p.m. Probably the rest of the week. No guarantees that I'll be on here every night, but I'll dang sure try. Well, looking at the top 100, another red day it looks like. Oh, what my thumbnail say? Oh, it's about to pop. Are they? It sure was looking like it. We'll have to take a closer look at all that stuff. On the hour, we get a little bit of movement out of some of these coins. Let's take a look at the top 200. See what's out popping. See that our little gem pick over here, Waves, is defying the status quo. We also need to take a look at Tau. It wasn't officially on my list to do, but BitTensor, what do you take a look at that one? I find it very interesting. And if you're not familiar with it, I think that you might too. Leandro is in the house, man. Leandro, how are you doing? Taking care of that little one, I guess? Taking advantage of the early live, man. Hey, good to have you here, Leandro. My original OG to the channel. I say that I probably would not have made it this far if it wasn't for this man right here, clicking that like button, leaving comments on all my videos, helping just to get it spread out. He put in the work, I must say.
Helped me solve an audio problem too, and I never would have figured that out. And on top of that, I started learning other things and then putting them all together, and now I got all kinds of crazy little things going on. Let's just jump right into Bitcoin. So as we talked about before, bearish pattern, measured move down here to about 29,851. Kind of starting to look like it might actually make it down there, right? Didn't look like it was up here, right, during this retest. And then we started coming up again. It was like, oh, you know, we're getting all bullish again. But we talked about, man, we really got to see it get above this 200 at 30,500 to actually see more forward movement. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Just means it's just not going to happen right now. So very good chance to revisit these lower areas. You know, there's some people out there trying to get some cheaper Bitcoin. If you ask me, there might be a distribution going on right here. But we'll have to see that as this plays out in this range. So my prediction is that we've got a good range. Probably get another long and short out of this before we start seeing something take off in the long term. I'm on the 1 hour right here. Zoom out to the 4 hour. Give us a little bit more time. Let's see what day that I've got here. That'd be like July 23rd. Man, got a good another week, maybe 2 weeks to play in this area before I think something big, major might happen. Gives us a little 200 moving average some time to move up to this buy zone. That is my best guess. Rather than price coming down here to these areas at 28.3, I think it's more likely that we'll kind of meet in the middle right here about 29.5. But we'll just have to see because, hey, this is nothing but a guesstimation just based on what I see on the charts, and it could be totally flat out wrong. Bitcoin could be just going to Hades in a handbasket for all I know. I just take it day by day. And that's really all you can do. It's not really prediction, it's just, hey, this is what the probabilities say is most likely to happen in this situation because it's happened this way before, and this pattern identifies that as such, or this many waves, or whatever. And we're looking for confluence, so. And right now it says that Bitcoin is going down, so we got that to look forward to. But it's Sunday night going into a Monday. I think we got some announcements going on. Sometimes I swear I don't even keep up with it anymore. You know, it's like every couple of weeks or something that's just going to drive the price down or scare the market. Starting to see a little bit less and less on Bitcoin, I think, as we decouple from the major markets. Andrew says, yeah, I'm a full-time dad now. Man, enjoy it, enjoy it. Congratulations, my man. To the right of your screen, I didn't want my competition to outpace me out there, man. They got all these trading groups out there, pro traders and stuff. Don't want them to get up on me, so I got my own. Got my little duck bill going on right here. My little duck lips. You have to have the duck lips and the suit to pull this off. And for $99, no, not $99, 99 likes, you can join the Crypto Trading Group. 99 likes a month, you can change your life. Just my little parody. We come on here, we just have a little bit of fun, chill out, listen to the music, and try to figure out what's going on with Bitcoin. As you can see, my paper trade down here at the bottom, and it is a paper trade. You can do that here on Bitcoin. You find that the IRS is a little bit more favorable toward paper trading. But that little trade is up $9,000. So now I look just as impressive as those other guys. So, oh, how do we get this off the screen? Oh man, I never did take profit on my Pepe trade. That was up at 400, so shame on me for just letting it sit there and not do anything, because deep in my heart, I know it's just a paper trade, so I really don't care about it. But shame on me. That's just bad tradesmanship, even if it's not real. There's the button I need. All right. By the way, Lane, do you see an alt season anytime soon? Looks like a very long Bitcoin season right now. I was seeing some hopes for just a mini little window of an alt season. It still is, technically. And we come over here to total 3. I think we have to zoom out. We have to zoom out on the weekly. It was a big pattern. I was originally looking at it in the falling wedge, but it gradually progressed, and now it appears to be making an inverted head and shoulders. So we got that going for us. We broke above this trend line, so that's going for us. Kind of doing a retest of that area. I thought I had this drawn on this one. I guess I don't. Where'd those little guys go? Still trying to remember where everything is on here. So it won't let me go up that high. So potentially, and I say potentially, that's what we got going on there. Get my neckline straight. And this is going to take a little while. This is going to take months to play out, but it looks like they're slowly grinding up, and the indicators are pointing in that direction too for the weekly. So I've got hope on that. We had a little setback today. It's flirting with the trend line and all that stuff, scaring a lot of people. And some people are really starting to go bearish on altcoins. But looking at the bigger time frames, I'm not seeing that yet. It's just shaking people up right now, I think, with today and maybe tomorrow too. There are some bearish signs here. I mean, I can zoom in on the daily. Have to zoom way in. But our 9 crossed the 50, and now it's flirting with crossing it again. But I think it's just flirting. They're just kind of playing games. That's not what you normally see when something bad happens right there. So I would say about midweek, we'll see another little upswing in our altcoins, and hopefully so I can get out of KuCoin. Because I'm having to go through a little KuCoin migration. There's some bearish signs here on the smaller time frames for total 3, which is basically altcoins in general, but we're finding support on these trend lines. And we haven't come down. We haven't broke below the 200. That's an important thing. So to me, should be in a few hours, just have it a little bit more dropping. I think we'll get a bounce back and just come back into this pattern, and we'll be fine. So I think, to answer your question, we're going to get a little bit of a run, and then eventually we're working on getting a bigger run. But that one's going to take this is all going to happen real soon. This is a big work in progress. We zoom back out to the daily. I mean, this going from top, that was April. So that was 2 months to get from the top down to the bottom. So we got another 6 weeks maybe to kind of try to pull this pattern off, and then maybe we'll get a breakout and we can start seeing some payoffs in our altcoins. Gosh, I need that, but I'll have migrated to MexC, I think, mostly for that by that time. And we're looking about maybe August, just to the corner of this pattern, just as a guesstimation. It could be on September before we get to the top of here. So I think slowly we're going to see some improvements with our altcoins. The biggest factor is going to be how Bitcoin dominance plays out, and whether it decides to keep going up or if it's going to take a break and come down. We always want to see it come down, but she's being very bullish right now. So Bitcoin's about to steal the show. And it's not a bad thing to be Bitcoin heavy right now, just to be honest with you. It's not. And so I am trying to conserve my Bitcoin on this migratory move from KuCoin to some other exchange. All right. Let me get a few things straight on the screen here. We had him last night. Everybody's feeling embarrassed a little bit, so let's get the bear out to dance. Guys, let's take a look at Ethereum, see how ETH is doing here. And gosh, lots of lines on this chart where I'm following this. Still got a good chance to keep coming down here. Let's clean that up just a little bit. We're looking at the possibility of a breakout of a falling wedge pattern, but then we started, we did break out of that and started forming another pattern, a triangle. to the downside. So now we just got a bunch of little stuff going on. Technically, we've got another upward channel now. And that's just how this stuff gradually evolves. And you just keep on it. And it does have a good chance to break to the upside at these levels. Making sure I'm getting some good touches there. Ideally, I do like to go with candle bottoms. And that brings us just right below this 100 moving average. So just all eyes on where we are right now as far as Ethereum, whether it will hold this area. There is a chance for it to come down to see these lower areas, but hey, we'll tackle that when we get there. Right now, our indicators are kind of grouping up to the downside. They're kind of winding up. They're kind of... Stochastic's already down at the bottom. It's already got its wind. It's ready to go here at any time. So I think Ethereum's looking okay. We can come down to a smaller time frame just to get a little bit better feel. A little bit bearish there on the 4 hour. So 1832 definitely in the cards there. Keeping an eye on that. Guess I'll stay for another month then. You've been a great help, friends. Hey man, I appreciate you, Leandro. Let's take a look at Polkadot real quick. Didn't officially have that on my list, but I did have it on the thumbnail. And do I have a chart? So it is a little bit bearish right now. Well, I'll take that back. Depends on how you draw this. It's got some room. It's still got some wiggle room. I have to carry them down to the extent of these wicks here, but that lines us right with this 200 moving average. Basically, that's what it's trying to do. Now, a lot of people might try to say this is a head and shoulders, but I'm not seeing a solid neckline there. I mean, it just being in a slanted upward pattern is bearish enough as it is, so I don't think trying to see something like that does us any good. We can basically come to the bottom of the pattern, which is a 200 moving average, and should get a bounce there about just under $5, which is anywhere under $5 in my book is a great place to pick up Polkadot. There is a chance if we do lose this area, well, we're coming back down to these lower $4 areas to retest those. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Signs are saying that it shouldn't happen. Moving averages are above the 200, so chances are they're going to continue being up there right along with price. I'm looking for a bounce here. I think things look good for Polkadot. Let's just jump to the daily, get a feel for what that says. Some mixed signals here on our indicators, but mostly a lot of them are just in an area where they can get reset. The laggard here, which looks the most bearish, is the MexC, which just crossed a couple of days ago. So, down and sideways for a little bit, playing around this bottom. I think we're still in a good chance to come back up. We just got to fight with 522, 550, get out of the $5 area. Let's come on back up to around 8 to 10 and just put a smile on my face. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm waiting for. We do have to really contend with this area here, though. 520. That seems to be hard area for us to hold lately. We got to get there, but we're going to retest it. You read my mama died. I'm staking at the moment, and it looks bearish. It does look a little bit bearish. I got hope for it. Mine's all staked too. I like the rewards though. So I've got more in my bag than what I originally. It's beyond the limit that I or goal that I'd set for myself, just because of the staking, I guess. By about 10% or so. So yeah, it's a slow mover though, I'm telling you. But when it does, and gosh, I can't remember I look at so many coins anymore that I can't remember the details. But I've already forgot what the maximum supply for DOT was. Infinite, okay, but it's being controlled. Okay, but we're at 1.3 billion, so we're in the 1 billion area, which in my mind automatically gives us a good shot at $50. So a 10x, at minimum a 5x from DOT, at minimum. But that is one of my long-term holds. And I just ride it through the good times and the bad times, well, because I believe in it. 55. It can happen. 55. Did we check out waves? Mid-locking waves. This is one of my long-term holds too, and don't have a huge bag of it. I mean, I've watched it grow and shrink a little bit, but I did enjoy getting it at some of these juicy prices because that was unheard of. Waves of around $1.50 or under 136. I saw it. I was like, there's no way you can pass that up. And the old me would be like, oh my gosh, I need to sell here before I lose any more money, you know, or something crazy. Waves is a good trader coin. It's a nice ranger that cycles, and you can grow some Bitcoin through that. And I'm going to take advantage of that this cycle. So definitely on my playlist, it's on the daily here above the 200. That's what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for. The only one more bullish step that we can do before this officially takes off is wait for this 50 to cross that 200. And that's going to take a while, but when it does, that's when you're going to start seeing waves probably around $9, $10, $11 again. And I can't wait for that day. Now I kind of feel kind of stupid for not buying more when it was under $2. Happens all the time, man. Just got to get used to it. You're always fighting these little biases. They just always creep in, man. Oh, that's a meme coin. I'm not going to look at that. Oh, I'm not interested in that meme coin. That meme coin just kept going up, and if you would have played it, there was a chance. There was a possibility. It was out here a couple nights ago. Floki Safe Moon that I never heard of, and they were just chilling that. And I looked at it for them, and man, it had a good chart, and it blasted off the next 2 days, and now it's calmed down. But you can't catch all that stuff. But you can catch those slow moves. You don't have to be a day trader to make it in this market. And most of the people that you follow on YouTube anyway, the pro traders and such, you know, most of them are actually more hodlers than traders too. And I'm sure that they can attest. Holding for the long term does give you very, very nice yields and a lot less stress. This is, however, I don't think we'll see close to the $50 area for some time, maybe in 24. Yeah, it will be a while. It's a slow mover, but when it does, but I mean, we may see it get up close to those areas, maybe, you know, more than once. It may go up close to that area, pull back, and come to a good juicy buy area again, and then keep going back up to 50. But just depending, I don't see as much action. I mean, I know they're building over on that chain, but it's just not in the forefront as much as it is on everything else, right? And that's kind of hurting them. I don't know if that's going to change, and maybe they're just playing it on the down low right now. But just judging by how they've handled things before, I don't think that's the case. I don't know. So they're building, and it's a whole question about how the Kusama thing's going to play out too. But they got other competitors, and Cosmos is doing a good job, right? So it's interesting. But once I think they get, you know, a good ecosystem established, and they may have a nice one now. I don't ever play on it. But I just, you know, when there's more growth on that chain, I think that's when we'll really see something take off with it. And we may see some really, you know, to us now, crazy prices. And thinking of buying it when it was $5. It just seems like, you know, like buying Bitcoin when it was 150 or something, you know? Here's a token that's been kind of hot. Tokenmetrics likes it. I do have a little Tokenmetrics account. now to kind of see what they've got going on is Roll Bitcoin, right? Actually, I can just click that and get a little bit of analysis after it blinds me. Let's get out of that for a second. Got a chart on it here. It's just been going crazy. And we will go back to Rollbit over here and see what we got. Circulating supply is 3.2 billion. Total supply, same. Market cap's 185 million, so it's still relatively long. Strong buy on it. But it got high ranking with their analysis as a good one. Now that was for trading. Now let's look at investor, because that's really what more I'd be looking at this for. I think it's already ran up to be traded. So unless you're planning on shorting it, maybe one to look for a long-term hold, since they kind of like it. But for the trader, you look like you got maybe one more leg left in it. That may take us up to just about 9, just a little under 9.5 cents at the most. Around 8 cents is really what I'm looking at. And that's a very ugly wave formation that I've got there. Trying to get a little neater at this kind of stuff here. So let's draw that little baby out. And I see this is potentially, is that correct? Yeah. And so that all makes sense. This is the longest one of that, so that's the way it's supposed to be. Looks like a 5-way structure right there. So should come up here and then do the little ABC stuff, and we'll kind of track that. I am finding that I'm growing a little sweet on Elliott Wave, just as a, if I can remember to bring it out in the after I do everything, just as a double check, make sure I'm not missing another move somewhere. I am finding it a little bit helpful for that. So I'm softening up on the Elliott Wave here. They have a lot of development on their ecosystem, but it doesn't reflect on the price of the coin. Seems to be like the solution they offer, interoperability, will be really valuable in coming years. Oh yeah, it will. So it's a good choice for a long-term hold. DOT is an excellent choice, I think. And so is Cosmos, I think. And Cosmos is kind of that same situation too, with the infinite supply, this little infinity symbol here. But they review their tokenomics. I mean, they're not stupid. I don't think they're trying to just flood everything, but Cosmos also has that for their supply. Circulating supply Cosmos is 300,000. I don't know. Just another interoperable play that I like. Another one that I like as well that I was going to look at tonight too is Wanchain. It's another one you don't hear much from, and they don't put any money into the marketing. From what I understand, it's a Chinese-based project. Up and running, it's got an ecosystem. I mean, it's small, but it's got one. It's got a DEX and everything, and it's interoperable. And you can trade Litecoin over there. Polkadot, you can trade that. You can trade Fetch. They've got, they've got bridges everywhere. And soon I think they're coming to Cosmos, bridging over to there. And that should open up a lot of things for them too. But I like them. 210 million maximal supply. That's one thing I like. $41 market cap. And it's gotten as high as what, $1 something? It's gotten as high as $10 before. That was 2018. Didn't make it that high in this last bull run. It got up to a fraction of that, about 240. Okay, so it didn't quite have the glory. It came out right in the middle of a bull market, and so people thought it was worth up to $10 at that time for what the circulating supply is. But last run wasn't as impressive. But like I said, there's no marketing or anything. It's just, but I think it's got potential. I think it can be a dark horse. So that's why I mess with it. But let's see what the charts say on Wanchain. How's it looking right now? This is one that I mess with. I got it. Most of it's on DeFi. I've just got it on stake or in DeFi pools and stuff like that. It's not huge. It didn't start huge. I've just let it go for the last couple of years just to see what it'll do, and it's slowly growing. And for the price it is here at the bear market, I think it's got, you know, a good 5, maybe 10x potential. Just whatever's sitting over there. So I don't know. I like it. 60% of this pattern breaks out to the upside. Just kind of a bombing pattern here. Kind of a triple bottom. Some people might even see it as a head and shoulders if it comes up here and makes, you know, that neckline. And right there, the 618, that would really be your main target. That's the area that has trouble with and that likes to hang around with right at 48 cents. That's always a good area to take profit. And then when it flips above that, that's when you can start piling in again and get ready for the higher numbers around 90 cents. Because right up here around 92, it likes that area as well to hang out. And you can see that right over here. So for a long-term play, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Just stashing it away till I see those areas around 48 cents, and then after it hangs around there, decides it's going to stay there for a while, I'm going to start looking for about 90 to a dollar. And from these areas where it is at 20 cents, which is a good place. I mean, it's been down as low as 13, but right around 20 cents is the spot. That's just going up to 48 cents. That's 120% return. And going up to this, did I just erase that? Why did it erase that? And going up to the target around 92 cents, 300%. So I like that. And Leandro says Chainlink is another interesting one. Just move some of that off the exchange. I like it, but man, is it a turtle? I mean, it was really great when it first came out, and it came out in the bear market, and we all got crazy. You know, everybody got crazy about Chainlink. It was the greatest thing, and then it's just been kind of lackluster. But yeah, I mean, it definitely has a use case. You can't argue that. It's just like, I don't know. I guess it's something in their tokenomics and just gave them. I don't know, but it's got a flat base now, so that's actually a really good thing, and that could signify, you know, a good move when it finally breaks out of this flat zone. If it'll stay in this flat zone, if it'll just be the turtle that we've known it to be over the last couple of years for a little bit longer, we could see a real explosive breakout of this at one point. Whenever everything starts kicking off, that would be nice. That would make me think that it's probably worth holding on to. But yeah, definitely. Chainlink is a favorite. It is that you can't beat these prices. This is the zone to buy it in, and $25 is the main place that I look for take profit. So I'm doing about a 5x from here. Pull your money out. Of course, you can pull your money out along the way up, and you probably you should. But just as a main target, the 25 is a good place to look at. Leandro said, "Yeah, crawls." I was about to ask you that. It looks like it's in a big accumulation place. Yeah, it is. And they may. Just looking at how it's playing out here, I'm wondering. It didn't hit a target I had, but that's not important. It broke below this, and an accumulation like a Wyckoff accumulation. There's a spring, and then we start making our way up to the top of the channel to test that. And the spring usually happens before we do that. So there may be a surprise coming soon with Chainlink. Let me see what the weekly indicators look like. The dailies. okay, the weekly's got some stuff going for it. This may be the Wyckoff Spring. I mean, it got down to 480, and it hasn't been there in ages, since, well, 3 years ago. And it did not stay there very long. And interestingly enough, there is kind of a saying about Chainlink, and there's some truth to it, that every time it gets up here around the $9 area, Bitcoin crashes. So we got that to look forward to if that holds true again, right? Was that 1-2 as of June 22? That was true. August 22, November 22. So November, that was when SBF and all that. This area, that was probably 3 Arrows and Luna and all that stuff. Or was that in June? I don't know. It pretty much does kind of time out with that stuff. So just an interesting tidbit about Chainlink. Some Chainlink folklore, if you will. So it could pump hard, couldn't it? Statistically, in trading, the flat bottoms and the rounded bottoms, but flat ones are really good. So a long time accumulation flat line like that, yeah, they are known to pump hard whenever they break out of it. They're known to go hard, pretty much like what you see it do. Like over here, that kind of go hard. It was flat over here, the same. Well, just right under the area where we are right now. If you want to look at it, let's go to the weekly, because that's a good case study. I can't get the whole chart in here though. Can I do this? So it actually comes, well, if I take it up to the lines there, the top of those wicks were where the bottom of those wicks were. So it tested that as support right there. But this was the last area. And now it's a dotted line for some reason, but still. And how long was that? That was from June 19. That's for a full year. It did a little bit more upward action there. It was really flat over here when it was hanging around 54 cents. That was January 19 to, is that right? Am I reading that right? And that's as far as the chart goes back on Binance, which, you know, probably back as far as Binance goes. But a flat zone there that busted off, and then a flat zone here that busted off, and a flat zone here that will eventually bust off like that again. So it may surprise us. I hope it does. That's why I went on my way to accumulate the coin that it just kills me when I buy it, because all it does is just sit there, you know, just bobbing in the water, just never going anywhere until it does, and you wish you'd been in it. So lesson learned. See if we can find this. It's called BitTensor. And it's Tau over on MexC. And I think it's an interesting one. I've done a video on it. I haven't done a follow-up on it in a while. But I've got some of these because I think it's just, you know, one of those wild cards. And I can't ever spell it right. BitTensor, T-A-O, Tau. Okay. Right now it's $50. Sounds expensive until you figure out that, hey, there's a maximum supply of 21 million, just like Bitcoin, and there's only 3.4 million of them out around right now, unlike the other coins that we see that have 3 to 300 billion coins in, you know, total supply. So that wins me over right over. Market cap, I don't have a solid lead on that. I can do the math, but I don't want to ache my brain at the moment. All-time low was a couple of months ago. It got down as low as $30. Great place to pick up some of that around the lows. I don't think I hit that low, but when it was like 43, I snagged a couple more just to throw in the bag, just in case. It's a wild card. It's one you can throw a couple of $100 into, and it may pay off. All-time high was $107, and that was 4 months ago. So recently, new coin. But it's an AI play. Open source protocol uses blockchain technology to create a decentralized machine learning network. And I did a video that kind of covered some of the basics behind it. It looked really cool. And I think it'll catch on, especially with the AI craze. And so it's one reason why I was kind of looking at that. But you can see how it just dropped all the way down. This was during the AI craze. I think when it was first out, or first listed on MexC anyway. Let's put it that way. It's been out for a little while. So now we got some information on it. Looks like we came back down to about a 786 maybe? Almost, not quite. So technically we've found support here at the 618, which is good. All those wicks. So it looks like we kind of maybe bottomed out. And this is on the weekly. Just come down here a little to the daily, see what we got. I guess I can go ahead and get rid of that Fibonacci. Sometimes it gets to be too much to look at. Get some indicators up here. So currently it's just kind of in a flag. And I like that. So good possibility, potentially, that it can come up here. I guess I need to adjust this measured move to $93. So just something that I'm looking at, project that I like. It's at a good point where if someone was interested in it, you just throw a few bucks into it every once in a while, DCA or whatever. Get you a little bag and just play it and see what it's worth. See what happens. Yeah, it's in the house, man. Hey, welcome. It's time to change up my dancers. Man, I forgot to do that timer again. Got a timer to help me keep my shows to a watchable length. I keep forgetting about it, and I can't track time. I'm terrible with time. Especially when I do this stuff, because it's actually kind of fun. By the way, Lane, you're about to reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm really glad to see the channel grow. We do a raffle to celebrate your first 1,000. I have not thought about it. Do a raffle. How would that work? What would that be? What normally goes on there? I'm kind of new to all this stuff. They did monetize the channel. That was cool. They kind of did it earlier. I think they changed the rules. I think they lowered the bar. And that was cool. It's not, I can't show it on here. But they did open up memberships and that kind of stuff. So flirting with all that, that was kind of cool. Will it show it? I'm not going to waste much time here, but come on now. I guess I have to go to the, okay, right. So you can click for anyone who might be interested. And I just kept it at the prices that they had. I'm not trying to get rich off of anything, but for, some people might want to support. So they give like badges and things like that, and you get some perks and like $2.99. It's a month, and I think you can cancel it at any time. Loyalty badges. So I uploaded some custom ones up there. Of course, it kind of keeps with the theme of the show. I didn't originally start out with this alien theme, but I saw this little green guy, and I thought, man, he's just really cool. And he kind of works his way into my videos. And so now he's stuck around, and now I got cows and flying saucers. So that's how all that happened. I'm not like some UFO fanatic or anything, but I like the dancing alien. He won me over. the backseat driver. So I'm trying to get some things. I need some things, some ideas of things to put out here. But for $9.99 a month, that's going to have like exclusive member-only videos, maybe like weekly screen shares for the live streams and things, and something special. And then I was looking at this riding shotgun. Like, I'm going to open up a trading video library with videos that I've made, and also some other how to trade videos and things like that I've got put this aside. Let people do request a coin video a month, and maybe do some other stuff. Just still trying to fill in some of that stuff. But that was kind of cool that was opened up to me now. So it's slowly growing. That's why I'm making fun of the whole crypto grifter trading group thing tonight. For 99 likes a month, you can be an elite trader. And you know, the duck lips in the suit means it's true. Says a crypto wallet, Lane, that would be a great prize. Talk to the sponsors. Hey, that's a good idea, Leandro. I'm actually going to write that down at the moment. Tangem might do that. Thank you, sir. That would be kind of cool. And that would be easy, too, because you just put in whatever code there and they'll just send it to you directly. So, cool. You make a good team member, Leandro. Because I would not have thought of that. That's pretty cool. All right, so we looked at Tau. Oh. Yeah, let's keep up with Doc. I like this one. And I really, really wanted to play this one for a long-term hold because I think this one's got potential to maybe, maybe AI is right. Maybe this one can be a 100x coin. It was poured over all the fundamentals of an exhaustive AI search. And I've got a list of those coins, and I've been tracking those, and some of them, especially this one and Pond, have been really impressive. I'm a little leery on Pond because when I was looking on the website, I could not find their team. The doc I can, and this one has to do with documents, using online documents in the Web3 environment. So, I mean, the application's here for lots of business uses and other cool uses. Legitimate project with a, actual use case, so I kind of like it. It's a little under 2 cents now, and I just think this one might have some good potential. Sucks it's on Ethereum network and cost a fortune to move stuff. Actually, it's not too bad right now, not usually. But I'm not sure that it's on MexC, so I'm not sure about that. So for you KuCoin traders, definitely one to keep up with. But it's just flirting with the buy zone I've got here, just right under 2 cents, and it coming up to just 2.8 cents. That's 58% return on your investment or your trade. Just trading where it's just normally going to go. Your free marketing manager here, man. Leandro, I appreciate you, man. Oh, yeah, AAVE. Need to take a look at AAVE. Now, I thought I charted this, but maybe I didn't. Ooh, that's back when I was looking at it. Pretty much back close to some of those same prices right now. It was the first go around before it went up to how high? 655, and I was long out of that stuff by then. Jeez. Hence my new rule. Never sell 100%, even if he leaves you dust bags. Always keep a little for just in case. We'll see how that rule plays out for me. Decent in triangle here, but sometimes they make some good bottoming patterns here. And you do kind of have a triple bottom, if you want to look at it that way. Measured move alone from this, just guesstimating where it might break out, could take us up to about 151 for AAVE, which is not unusual for the price. And if someone were to FOMO in on the retest, which is kind of like where it is right now, of this 200 moving average, got a chance to double your money over time. You know, this one's not a quick mover either. It's still got a little bit of accumulation to go. It may even, it's starting to look a little doubtful, but there's still a chance it may even still come back down to around $50 before actually breaking out of this. It's a possibility. These would be outstanding places to get in on AAVE. Somewhere around $50, you can't go wrong with AAVE. But this pattern, you know, about 75% of the way in is usually where it breaks out. You know, or that would be about right here, really, if I drew this thing out. So that's why I'm saying this is a possibility. But it's also a very good possibility that it will keep support on the 200 and just try to break out now. So it's an if-then statement. You have to have two plans on what to do, and depending on what you are trying to do. But with the 9 bullishly just blasting through all these moving averages, I would say we got a good chance for the second scenario to play out, where price will come up here and do something like that. And so $70 AAVE may seem expensive. You know, if you don't have any, it doesn't hurt you to pick up one or two. Because when it gets back to around $500, you'll probably appreciate that. Not remember a good rule, yeah. I got tired of seeing my bags pump after I sold. What, 2 weeks later, and like it's double the price? Really? Because when you're in the middle of that bull market, I mean, you're conditioned all this time with all these little small moves and just getting all these little bitty profits that you're getting. That's what's happening. And when the time is on, the smart money knows how to play against that. They know how to trick us. And so we're cool. Okay. Oh man, I made 2x on that. You feel like you're king of the world until you see it go 10x like 2 weeks later. Because when this part starts taking off, your coins are up 20% one day. Come back tomorrow, they're up 25% the next day. The next day, they're up another 20%. It just keeps, it doesn't stop. It does not stop. It is insane when we truly get an altcoin season going on. Crazy, crazy. And so it's easy to take profits way too early when you see that, just because you're so conditioned to just being glad just to have something. Like the trader I see today, was it today or yesterday, put out this leverage long, right? Had to get his ratios right, had this profit, you know, in Bitcoin. I don't know. But the thing is, he never lets that play out. He always waits till he gets about 3%. So a $500 trade made $1,700, and he was quick to get it. And this is the one who says he traded his way to $1 million. 3% at a time, $17 at a time, apparently. Crazy. It says, have a good night, Lane. And Dad duty calls, man. All right. Take care, Leandro, man. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. It's good to hear from you. All right, I think we're going to get the 99 trading group thing and take that off of there. If you'd like to learn how to trade and be a trading professional, change your life, give me 99 likes a month and you can join my wonderful free trading group. Oh, my elite traders hang out, change your life, have a lifestyle like me. And I can spend my stream talking about how great I am and how you should live your life like I do. Taking all my likes. I don't know. It's just up there. It's just me being silly. Or that. I don't know. So let's take a look back. Ooh, all that red, man. All that red just makes everybody The market crashed. I think we're fine. Here's one that's popping. This is like a horror game thing. Jeez, I've had a bag of this, so it is so far in the red. Honestly, I've got a bag of this that I bought in the last market. I think it was like 70 cents or something? I got $100 worth. Because the trading group guy kind of was talking about it. I still got that. You can see where it is. Clearly that $100 did not turn into $1,000. So, I mean, just saying. I do like it's very interesting. It is a gaming coin. It is making moves right now. So maybe we found a bottom area. I don't know. It is lower than the last bottom. If they can make it up here, flip this for support. Maybe we're onto something. Fear. Maybe something to look at for a short-term trade. Maybe at least get back up to this level of about 2 cents. I'm not claiming this one to be any bigger X or anything like that. It's been It's just been. That could be a possible 200% return. Should that scenario play out over time, I think you can at least expect that out of it. Don't know how long it would take for that. But for it to get back up to, I guess it did get up to $4 at one time. And how far it's come down. It may be a good play. There may be some potential in it, but I'm a little biased because I just got stuck holding a bag of it. I still have that bag of it. I added to that bag. Of course, it does me no good now because of the KuCoin migration, so. But this may be the perfect opportunity for somebody looking for a cool gaming coin. Because the horror scene sounds kind of cool. Sinburst sounded kind of cool for the kind of Grand Theft Auto thing. Let's take a look at Sinburst because it's been having a hard time. I think it's been doing better the last couple of hours. I'm looking at it to bust out of this falling wedge here. And it just wants to lay it all the way down here. So we just got to see what's happening there. Clearly, it didn't bust out over here when I said there was a possibility. So now we got to look down here. There is getting to be some bullish divergence forming, but man, we just got to keep watching this one. It's going to wherever it decides to bounce and make the bottom, it's going to come back there and retest it. So let's just get that established now. It's going to come back and revisit that. So if it get a bounce, don't get your hopes up that it's all golden from here. It's going to come back and make sure that that's a floor. It may do it 2 or 3 times too. So accumulation basically, and seriously, these aren't bad places. At 0.002, 0.003 cents to get this when we've seen it be at a penny, 11 cents, I think up to, how far did it go recently? 1.7 cents. Just getting back there. That was during the land sale. One more land sale comes back and they start buying it up to go purchase the land to build out their cities, and they've got a marketplace open, which should start helping the price out a little bit. Put more demand. I don't know. It's a risky play, but I'm in it, and that's just how it is. It may work, it may not. I may be looking back at this next cycle saying, well, there was one. Or I may be saying, this Lambo is named Sinverse. We just have to see. I predict 1 or 2 of those situations. Maybe it's a Toyota Celica. I don't know, but it's got to do something. Someone is starting early today. Yeah, it being Sunday, I thought maybe I would give it a try. I'm finding that I keep going too long when I do it at 11, and I like it at 11. That's cool. It feels like a good slot, but I keep carrying it so long, and then all the stuff that I have to do afterward, it carries me on the way into the night. So So during the week, I'm going to try to keep it, be a little bit more alert about keeping it about just an hour long. Most people don't want to sit around and watch anything more than an hour anyway. And I've timestamped it so you can fast forward and stuff. ICP took a hit, man. What's up with you, ICP? Wasn't even planning on looking at you, but you have this little double bottom scenario going on that just kind of piqued my interest because I got a thing for double bottoms. I don't know why, but I just do. There's just something about a nice double bottom that I find really appealing, especially when it's on the daily time frame. Now, this double bottom's not confirmed and probably still could come back down here to about 354. And if you do, I've got my eye on you. As long as they have you on MexC, because clearly KuCoin's not going to let me do it. But eventually do that, and then we, head back to $7 at some point in the next 6 to 8 months. You guys realize that we are back in bottom territory right now. We are back in one of the best times to accumulate altcoins with at least dollars. Maybe even a little Bitcoin, although I think Bitcoin's going to wipe the floor with them here soon. So I'm not as gung-ho on that right now. But if you like this project, if you believe in this project, interested in this project, this zone right here, perfect. Even for DCA, and you can dollar cost average in here and do great. You don't have to even be a trader, just dollar cost average at just about anything right now. So if that's your strategy, you guys should be dollar cost average in the way. Because it's going to be hard to mess that up with some of these good juicy prices. And after all, that's what the whales do. Striga says he's going to blame Chef. Oh, gotcha. Well, it gets to be fun, man. And I don't want to leave. I am a night owl, man. But then the thing is, when I get through doing what I need to do, then I want my me time, which I normally take anyway. Then that really keeps me up. I'm talking like 5 o'clock in the morning lately. So my sleep schedule is really, really messed up right now. I think. Let's get that banner off of there. We just mentioned the banner. If you're looking for an exchange and you need one, if you're outside the U.S. and outside of Canada and outside of any U.S.-related territory, or possibly friend of the United States, you can probably use KuCoin now. Based in Singapore, very good exchange. Great little gem picks out there. But for those of us in the U.S. and in Canada, we are not permitted to use this particular exchange. We have not achieved that level of freedom here in the States yet to have that benefit as the rest of the world enjoys. But we do have MexC open yet because they haven't been targeted by the SEC. So that's a good place right now that we can trade. And links are in the description below. Oh, didn't even go over the top story related to my thumbnail, so that's very unfair. Hold your eyes. Hold your eyes. Cocaine found in the White House prompts an investigation. This was a couple of days ago. They found cocaine in the White House. When asked about that, press secretary said it's incredibly irresponsible for you to ask whether that cocaine belonged to any of the Biden family members. Incredibly irresponsible. Yet, if cocaine was found in your house, wouldn't you be responsible for it? I mean, I don't think the local law enforcement would... Yeah, I realize, officer, that I do own this house, and there is a bunch of cocaine here, but I am not responsible for it. Crazy how that works, ain't it? Strega said, MexC told me no. MexC told you no? Really? Oh. There is a way to trade on MexC, and it is called SafePal Wallet. And I like it, and I used it for a long time to trade on Binance, well after all that stuff. Eventually, Binance had to get real strict even with that wallet, but SafePal, you can set up a wallet there and just directly with the exchange. There's no KYC. It's wallet to wallet. This is Web3. This is what's cool about Web3 is that we can do this kind of stuff. Trade wallet to wallet on a centralized exchange without the need for a KYC. And eventually, I mean, and I think that's why these ID tokens and ID chains and all these projects out there with Web3 IDs are going to take off too, because that's something we're going to need. So to comply to government authorities in some way so that we can maintain those KYC things, but still not give up all the other data that is commonly stolen from us and just doesn't need to be known. Some of the stuff that the IRS was asking from Kraken for its customers was just insane. I'm like, do your own damn job. And that's how they work, man. They don't do their own research. So ICP looks like it's making, double bottom scenario. I think we just talked about that. I got sidetracked and went right back to the same place. I do that. Covered quite a bit so far. We looked at Caspa, I think. Doc. Did we look at Bone? I have none of this, but I find it very interesting. Holy crap. I think we did look at Bone. Did we? We did, because I drew the other wave, I think. Unless I'm confused somewhere else. Either way, this is a strong one that I'm looking for a possibility of doing a retest back to maybe 120. Maybe? But it looks like it's got another wave to the upside, somewhere around 171. I got a buy zone down here, man, but I don't know if it's going to be hit. Anywhere above $1. Bone looks like it's trying to do something. Let me see if I can zoom out here with this messy chart. And it may try to do something and then range out a little bit, but what I'm interested in looking at is really LEASH, which is something in that ecosystem, right? Dog killer LEASH, which is just went crazy. Hey, there's that timer. So, am I crazy? But I thought LEASH, I didn't think this coin was near as expensive as it is, but it looks like it started. When was this? 23? Oh, that's when they started. I don't know. I don't remember. It seems like it was low. Like it was like $2-3 low. Anyway, that's for some reason that's the price that I'm associating with it, and here I am finding it at $400. What? Clearly, I missed out on something here. So support resistance flipped right there, basically just a falling channel or maybe a falling wedge, just depending on how you want to look at it. Doesn't matter. It broke up to the upside. Anything you say would actually be okay right now, saying that we're going up, because it went up crazy. It didn't just go up to where, it would normally go. It doubled that, went up to these crazy areas. So it's kind of hard to ignore this one after it blasted off like crazy. So hats off to this guy. So let's zoom in and see what's going on here. We're getting a pullback. Man, I tell you, sometimes these fibs just make my chart look so cluttered. So I've got a buy zone here. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to pull this down to this 50 moving average. Because I don't know. We can't really tell what this is going to do. It is at the 3.8. If it gets a bounce here, it has got a lot of steam. It's got a lot more room to go. And this could be basically essentially a flag if we get a bounce there, meaning that we got a very good chance of seeing it go up to $770 for $780. So that's our first scenario. But we lost this 9 moving average, so unless we regain that scenario is not going to happen. Our second scenario is to come down and retest this 21 moving average, which is down at a 618. It's about $300 and, just under $400. $385 to $400 in that range. So I'm actually, my little buy box, I'm going to actually move that down. Because I think buying it on the way down, you're just, you can taper into it however you want to do it, but I think the bulk of your buys need to start right around this area if you're trying to get into it. Little trick I like to do is follow the other trend lines, and that kind of suggests that this area right here, about 389, is our little target zone, our little premium buy zone right there. That's what I'm getting from it. Maybe it'll blast on through it, come on down 285. Hey, you just get to buy it cheaper if you're trying to get into it. That just means more sideways action. But bouncing off of this area here would also be good for another move to the upside, and possibly to the same extent, but just taking off from a lower spot. And we could be looking at, and that makes sense with these other take profit areas for this whole move here, Fibonacci wise, just right at $700. So that's actually what I'm looking for. $400 out of LEASH. Good place to pick it up. And then you're almost making 200% there. You can almost moonbag this. Buy 2, sell 1. You still got 1 to ride out to $1,500 or wherever it's going to go. So, hey, however you want to play it. Safe mooning, pal. I do still have that, what is it? The low-key safe moon. It's still coming down. It's just easier to keep this up instead of pulling it up whenever we get flooded. I still see this one going in the range. Had a nice run up. You can't deny that though. And this is on the 1 hour, right? So we're looking at this big old crazy run up. Yeah, I just got scribbles and everything here. Accumulation, long, short, could be a play. I don't mess with the dexes or anything. This is Pancake Swap, right? I keep forgetting. For some reason, I keep thinking this is Uniswap or something. And I had this big old list of things to look at. I had some from Tokenmetrics. I was looking to add a lot of these. And I charted them out earlier, and some of them just look horrible. So it kind of changed up my little list of things to go over. There is this guy. I have no exposure to this, but it looks like it might be interested. I think it's the right one. Magic. I remember seeing it on CoinMarketCap a while back when I was going over the top 10s and gainers and losers of the top 300 or whatever. I don't know. It would pop up as doing pretty well. I know nothing about it. I think it's Magic Internet. I don't even know. I don't know anything about it. I just know it's in a falling wedge that wants to go somewhere. And I would say if you do your research and this is something you want to get into as a hold, probably a good area. If you just want to trade, still in a good area. Somewhere just around 70 cents. It's at 79 now. I think it will come down to this area, and then we should get a breakout to the upside and should at least come back up to around this area about 228. And if you wanted a shorter term target, I would target this area at the 618. That's $1.66. Front run it at $1.46. Keep a little in the back pocket for $1.96. And I think you got a pretty good trade setup right there. And maybe even keep it just a little sliver there for a possible run up to 281. Those are all some pretty sweet targets if you get in around the 70% level, 70 cent level. First target gives you a double on your money. Moon bagged it right there. First target. I'm starting to get excited about it now. I just sold myself on this one. I get on MexC, I guess, right? We're starting to get into 100%. My ears perk up, man. Almost 200 there. Almost. 236% there if we go back up to its previous high. Making it to the full extent where they can go 255%. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna make a note about this one. This one is worthy to be posted into the trading group. And it's free for 99 likes a month. Descriptions, links are in the description. Oh gosh, I can't even find it now. Why even worry about it? This song that is on right now gets stuck in my head all the time. And I like it though, it's kind of cool. But it just repeats in my head all the time. Very catchy. Epidemic Sound actually has some cool music over there. So I'm going over here to the chart room. Now, eventually part of this is going to become part of the membership thing for YouTube. But whoever's over here now, I'm going to grandfather in. So if you're not there now, you might want to be there now for whenever I do all that stuff that something I label you so that you have access for however long you want. Already copied that link, right? So here we are on Magic. I said it looks cool. So my shortcut is, I tried to spell it on the chart. Buy the green box and sell the red targets. Can't get much easier than that. And I do have to put the link in and then we'll post it. And shebang, there's a trade set up over on our Telegram group. Oh crap. And you click it, and then you got it. And then you know what targets I've got right there. Spelled out in the percentages to go to, where to buy. Trade setup. Time was at the 17 today. I think we looked at it earlier. If not, I'm in too. No, I looked at something. I got distracted, I think. It was on my list to look at today. Coinbase has got it too, right? How far does their chart go back? Seems like somebody else has got a better chart. Oh, let's just go with TradingView. There we go. That's the one we want. Man, I think it's at a great place. And I think I already moved mine off the exchanges. But I am tempted. I've been looking at it on ETH. I'll be buying it with ETH. I like it there. We wick down to 1641. Oh, these are just juicy spots. Just juicy spots. And you got all this divergence that's starting to play out. I mean, let's go from body to body. Because RSI is based on candle closes, not candle wicks. And it is just slowly moving to the upside there while price is coming to the downside. Well, my friend. Oh, Zoolander is in front of my thing, man. It's in front of my cheat sheet. So it makes like the left side of a bow tie. And that is bullish divergence there. It's coming down here and coming up there. I think my mouse won't even do it over here. But this little guy up here. Bullish divergence, man. That's a good sign. That signals a trend change when it catches. And it could do this 3 little humps or more, you know? Like there was one from here to here and we just kind of went sideways. And this one, here to here, and we're still just kind of going sideways. I think there was probably a previous one that was coming down. That's when it kind of eased into it, but it really got full on here. We could see another one like that though. That's the scary thing, but we may catch here. Stochastics are starting to go up to the upside. Last time they started going up to the upside, we did get a spike up to 21 from 18, so I like it. I like it at these prices. I think that we're going to look back at these prices and say, glad I picked some up there. It's got work to do though, man. I mean, it's going to have problems getting above $18. That's just, it's going to it'll probably range in here for a little while. I would say just kind of guesstimating on the daily, which this is probably not how it's going to play out at all, because as soon as I start talking about it, it'll find out something different to do. You may get some wicks up here. You know, kind of a head and shoulders or something along those lines, or a double bottom. Come up here, and this makes more sense. And maybe wick down, and then finally break it up. Something more like that, and that still kind of gives us those head and shoulder shapes too. And so the good news is, I think, for a lot of these alts, or we're still kind of in an accumulation. So I think we still got a little bit of time to pick up some of them, even though we'll get some little burst up, and as we slowly total 3 starts working its way up, we'll start seeing some improvements. But it's got a lot of work to do. So alts are just going to be kind of bouncy. We're getting ready for a nice little bump up in them, but it's not going to be anything crazy. It is going to take a long time for us to. I'm talking about like September before we have a chance to maybe see some real movement out of altcoins. So we've still got a few more months left to go of just a little bit up and sideways, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that kind of thing. All right, guys, the time is now 11:22. A little bit over, but hey, it's fun. I like it. We went over quite a bit of coins tonight. Appreciate every one of you guys that have been here and support the channel. Hitting that like button, leaving comments, just leaving chatting in every little thing that you do helps, man. It helps out a lot. I appreciate it. It's about this time of night that I always start looking for Elvis.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Gosh darn it, he is just so hard to keep up with. And I'm going to bid you guys a good night, and I guess I will see you tomorrow night. As long as my power supply holds up, I've got a spare now. I thought it was going to knock me out a night or two ago, but I found a reset button and solved all my problems. Still don't trust it, though. Have a good one, guys, and oh no, what happened here? My next scene setup is doing something crazy. I don't know what that means. Okay, enjoy. Oh no, 60. We were just heading out, but we did cover a lot of coins tonight, man. And thanks for stopping by, man. I did go on just a little bit early tonight. We'll be back about 11 o'clock regular time the rest of the week, though. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Thank you. We did do a Floki Safe Moon too. Just saying.
Talking about big cash, that's the minimum. I'm done with this trash, taught to be critical. Show me your mental state before we get physical. Heard some wild